Game 1, 40-0. Second game, slightly better, 49-17 via Tommy DeVito. Dak is 12-0 against the Giants since 2017, so it's not looking good for the Giants historically. But Greg, is there any chance that Dallas loses tonight?
Of course, Wiles, there's a chance. Come on now, they're playing the Giants, and I know everybody's going to be like, well, the Giants haven't beaten the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, that is.
They can't beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And Brew, you're all about the tomato cans and what the Cowboys do with tomato cans. But this year, the Cowboys have been slightly different because of self-inflicted mistakes. This is something that can haunt them tonight. If they don't correct, and I'm going to repeat this again, the self-inflicted mistakes, and I'm just going to talk about the offense because we all know they can't stop the run defensively, but offensively, it hasn't been about the opponents. It's been about themselves. And there was a drive in the Ravens game where you thought if they could just get the ball in the end zone, it would have jump-started their comeback a little sooner.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get it done. I'll take you kind of through this drive. It's first down, you get a pass to your tight end, Ferguson, get a great start. Then right after that, false start, your favorite wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb. 2 consecutive incompletions, you get a first down because of an illegal contact defensively, and then you hit your tight end again. Now you're in scoring position for 26 yards. You're in scoring position. Well, what ensues right after that? A drop by CeeDee Lamb, and then a 3rd and 14, or before that, Dak drops the ball on a fumble. Then you get the drop by CeeDee Lamb, and then 3rd and 14, missed assignment by guess who? CeeDee Lamb in a drop by Ferguson. He stumbles on the play. Now you're in 4th and 14, and let's roll the tape because this is what the Dallas Cowboys have been doing all season long. They're in a 3-by-1. CeeDee Lamb is going to be down here at the bottom of the screen. We got a little what we would call coat back in Green Bay. You got CeeDee Lamb isolated in the boundary. He has an in route. It's empty. That means they're bringing pressure. It's man-to-man. Look at this matchup. Right here in this moment, you got Dak Prescott yelling out to protection, Ringo, 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 move to the right. You got Van Noy. That's the guy that Dak Prescott is believing to come free. But you know what happened? Tyler Smith says, wait, we've all been making mistakes. I might as well make a mistake too. I'll let Roquan come free when he is my guy. These are the types of things. Yeah. These are the types of things that the Dallas Cowboys have been doing. It had nothing to do with the Baltimore Ravens. It's about you. This is why I don't trust this team. And going into tonight's game, if they don't address their self-inflicting mistakes, they will get beaten by the New York Football Giants.
Wow.
Broussard.
Well, look, we all know there's a chance, right? Anything is possible. I mean, how much of a chance? Like, is this just the, hey, any given Sunday, you never know?
I think he's saying that if the Cowboys play like they did against Baltimore, they'll lose.
You think they have a really good chance to win the Giants?
Yes, I do. Because there's nothing that's telling me that the Dallas Cowboys are going to just automatically correct these things. This has been 3 consecutive weeks.
But they've played, look, they've played better teams. And I'll give the Giants, because obviously I think the Cowboys are going to roll. This is what they do to tomato cans, and I think the Giants are tomato cans. I'll give the Giants credit in that. I do think they're better. I do think they're improved. I don't think they're as bad as they were last year. Daniel Jones is playing. He's had 4 touchdowns, no picks the last 2 weeks. This is the first, great receiver he's had. We think Neighbors is going to be great. Malik Neighbors, right?
I'm ready to say that.
He looks awesome. So you're giving him that. Devin Singletary's run the ball well, and we know Jones can run too. So maybe they can run the ball against the Cowboys. I'm just trying to say.
Maybe.
Well, maybe. I mean, I'm not ready to say they got a great run game.
I think they're 100% going to run the ball against.
Well, they're going to try. We'll see if it works.
Well, it's the worst defensive.
So but it's been against Baltimore with Derrick Henry and New Orleans with Alvin Kamara. I'm not ready to give the Giants that type of run.
No, so this is, I just think, maybe a fundamental difference in how we handicap or look at games. Mm-hmm. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. The Cowboys, through 3 weeks, have been the worst run defense in the league. Yes. We both agree with that. I think you feel like that is far more definitively predictive of what they will be moving forward than I do. I know the run defense has been terrible. That does not mean I think it is going to be terrible all year.
Sure.
And so I think that for a lot of these things, we know what has happened. The question is, was it a fluke? Was it dependent on opposition?
Right.
Was it something that's fixable by the Cowboys? Like, well, here's what's not fixable. The Cowboys 2 years ago knew they kind of struggled against the run, drafted Mozzie Smith in the first round, Michigan guy, and he just hasn't really lived up to that billing what they hoped for. So there's a reason for it. I don't think the Cowboys are going to finish run defense in football.
No, it would take
so I think a night like tonight, they can quickly force the Giants out of the run. I think offensively, they can get a lead and play their style, which is get a lead, make the other team pass, unleash the pass rushers. If Greg's right that this is a good game or a close game, and if you're right that they could lose the game outright, then the Cowboys are just cooked. Like, I don't think it's a hot take to say, oh, yeah, if they lose their third straight game and it's to a team Dak hasn't lost to in 7 years, then you know what? They're probably just not that good.
Yeah.
And so I don't think they're going to do that. I think that their offense is going to roll. I think you're going to see a red-faced, angry Brian Dable. I think we're going to see Daniel Jones doing Daniel Jones type of stuff, and the Cowboys will look like they normally do against the Giants. But if they don't, then they're just not a very good team.
Yeah, now I think we all would agree in times past, most recently, when you jump out if you're the Cowboys and you jump out with a lead, defensively they look spectacular.
Right.
Offensively they keep it rolling. But if the Giants just so happen, Wilds, to punch back tonight.
Or punch
first.
Yeah.
I believe that the Cowboys sideline and everyone on it will start to have that uh-oh type of mentality.
That's wild.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I think they're super nervous. Have you followed any of this Neighbors?
Nervous.
Trayvon stuff?
I have.
What are your thoughts on that?
Tell the audience what it is.
Well, I was trying to get into it, but then I was like, you got very NSFW very quickly of just a little bit of war of the words on social media, but it felt like there was some animosity there.
And most recently, Neighbors is like, it's game time now.
Oh, yeah, and Neighbors wouldn't engage with it.
Hey, I'm done with it.
But I feel like it's...
Say what you want to say, Greg. Say what you want to say.
I'm gonna tell you, and you talk about the running game really quick. They can fix it. All they got to do is pursue to the ball. But they got guys on that defense that do not want to do that. It's not just about missing the personnel up front. Collectively, as a collective 11, pursue the ball and get guys down. They don't want to do that, especially their secondary.
Guys in the secondary don't want to tackle?
They don't want to tackle. And if
you got the Giants, don't you?
They need to watch some Trent.
Do I have the Giants?
I'll tell you that much right
Come
now.
on, man.
That's
you
his
know
squad.
how I feel about Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wanting to say.
This would be
then that's
huge,
what you picking the Giants.
This would be an epic win. The top stories tomorrow, if the Giants win, number one is
the Cowboys lost.
The Cowboys. No, the Cowboys aren't for real. Number two is Greg Jennings is vindicated.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Thank you, Wild.
Well, he said Daniel Dimes.
Oh, okay. He got
just beat the Cowboys.
and you said 20
some
minutes
Americans.
ago Russell Wilson wasn't washed.
Uh-oh.
Like
Here we go.
I didn't use those words, but
But you would say it right now.
The sentiment.
Look, the guy had
sentiment is
26
there.
touchdowns. You're going to say
26
they
and
didn't
8.
count. He's 26
Justin
and 8.
Fields would die for those numbers.
There we go.
So would Danny Dimes.
Everybody
for that
got
matter.
strayed.
So would Danny Dimes for that matter.
I guess they didn't count,
26, right? Exactly. Come on. Heck, so would Bo Nix.
Okay, Jets are 2-1.
Oh, Nick.
Jets fans are over the moon. Aaron Rodgers cautioned about the success. Aaron Rodgers cautioned about success by channeling some old advice from Greg's old coach, Mike McCarthy. Take a listen.
I go back to this quote a lot, but Mike McCarthy said our biggest struggle is going to be handling success back in 2006 in Green Bay. And there's a lot to that. I think, when it's easier when you kind of get kicked in the teeth to kind of come together. It's us against the world. It's us against the big bad media who's saying how bad we are. We can kind of come together, but can you still come together and have the same approach when everybody's kind of starting to sing your praises a little bit? I think that's the mark of a great team, is can you handle the success part with the same focus, the same mentality, the same mindset, the same energy when you're starting to get on a little bit of a roll.
riding high by beating the old dynasty. You didn't beat the Chiefs. You beat the old. It's like going to a hot restaurant 10 years ago. Like, oh, yeah, we're in here. Like, no one goes there anymore. Greg, your response?
He's absolutely right. He's spot on. Now, obviously, he's speaking to down the road. If they can start
we
to pull,
aren't down
you
the
think
road,
so?
though.
Yeah, if they can start to pull together some wins, like what Mike McCarthy used to talk about was stacking success. He's absolutely right in the sense of when you're an organization and you're not accustomed to winning, you have